Or, these first 3 days don't even concern themselves with many of the flight-centric features that you probably think of when you imagine an airplane. Engines, navigation, means of generating and sustaining lift, turning and landing capabilities, none of these are addressed during the first 3 days. Instead, they are spent installing the electricity, plumbing, windows, and other basic components of the cabin and fuselage. This is also the point at which insulation is added. This is incredibly important for keeping the internal conditions on board safe and consistent. Now things finally start to take on a more plane-like shape, as the wings and tail fin are added. It is of the utmost importance that they be attached with care and precision. Even the slightest deviation can lead to disastrous consequences. For that reason, those constructing planes typically use laser guidance technology or similar methods to make sure that the wings and tail are attached with pinpoint accuracy. Now the horizontal stabilizer is installed to help ensure that the plane is able to maintain balance in the air. This is also the start of one of the most persistent and important parts of the plane construction process, testing everything out. This means that a full plane can not only be built in less than 2 weeks, but the functionality tests for keeping this modern marvel in the air are conducted over just 4 to 5 days. Prior to this point, most of the plane's wiring, electrical, and mechanical systems have been centered around features including the onboard lighting and plumbing systems. Now, the wiring for onboard flight control is added and tested. This marks the transition from the previous, home-building phase to the latter, more technical phase. At this point, the floorboards are fully installed, and elements such as the galleys and bathrooms to which those electrical and plumbing setups are to be connected are installed. Now this is also the stage at which the engines are attached. These require their own miniature version of everything that has been discussed so far. They too have their shells and physical components built, and then have electricity and engineering materials added later. By the time they are formally attached to the plane, like the plane itself, they have come a long way. Once the two begin to be connected, still more tests are necessary. It is vital to ensure that the cables, tubes, wiring, and other components of the engine are connected properly, function perfectly, and that all of these are in turn connected to the appropriate systems on the plane. Now the plane is practically finished, and the final tests begin. This means testing some of the most important components of the aircraft, such as the flight deck and the cockpit. The latter in particular is extremely complex, with modern flight computers being intricate systems that require a great deal of testing to ensure that they are working properly and are in optimal condition. This is the end of the line for the plane. This is the point at which the company purchasing the plane inspects it, tests it out themselves and, if they are pleased with how it has been made, take it from the factory to their fleet. It's a long process, and it's amazing that plane assembly teams are able to fit it all into 9 days.